for joining us today. This is one in an ongoing series of announcements that we're making tied to my platform, Making Your Money Count. I am formally announcing, I've said it in informal settings, but I'm formally announcing that what I think we should do with the Lease Fund is pay down the debt of the city. It's clear that the current administration does not consider that a priority. That is evidenced by the fact that we have a staggering $405 million in long-term debt right now, $78 million of which was added in 2009. I think the community needs to be aware of that, and I think that the actions of the city administration and city council are not in line with the values of the community. Clearly our community values paying down debt. That's what I hear when I talk to people, and we're doing it here because I wanted to make an example of the first debt that I would pay down. Behind us is the city-county parking garage. It is jointly owned by the city and the county. With me is President of the Allen County Council, Darren Vogt, and I wanted to, applaud County Council because they paid off their half of the parking garage and saved
$230,000.
Yeah, well, that was the net. You saved $342, but if the difference in the interest earned, you would have saved $342.
Right.
I mean, it's an amazing example of fiscal conservatism, and I don't think county gets enough credit for doing that.
Well, and what we want to do is thank you for your leadership in that, and you brought that to our attention. And it was really, as I said before, a no-brainer decision to look at it. Anytime you can save money in an economic development environment, we need to have every bonding ability we need for large projects. And you can take debt and get rid of it so that you can eventually go in and finance when you need to. And that's what you need to do. And projects like this to get rid of the debt is a really good thing.
That's right. That's right. Well, the county is a great example of what happens when government starts living on a cash basis. I mean, we've done that work. I mean, we've been together from the start in turning around the financial future of county government, making those cash-based decisions, and I think it allows you to make better decisions.
Right.
So, congratulations to the county. I want to call attention to that, and I also want to make an example of the city not taking that opportunity. We did the math. The city bonded for this. The most recent bond was in 2001. Set to expire in 2021, so a 20-year bond for $1.7 million. A quick little bit of mortgage amortization on that shows that they are going to spend $1 million on interest on a $1.7 million project. Now, I don't think that's in line with the values of the community. That's not how I make personal decisions. That's like somebody in a household making $43,000 a year deciding that they're going to take out a 20-year loan on a TV set, a $540 television set. You don't do that. It's just not, it's not congruent with the values of the community, and I want to say that it'll stop with my administration. Questions? Stephen? Questions? No? All right. Well, that's it. Thank you.
So talk to me a little bit about, I know that you implemented some things on county council. Talk to me a little bit about how that works, the consensus building, the things like that that you have to do to get that to work.
Well, I mean, I think Darren and I were both elected at the same time. We actually ran not as a slate, but as a team in many ways. And we found very quickly that when we started working together to make change, that it happened much more easily. And everything we've done has been from that team approach. When we were first elected, we sat down and met with all 42 different department heads in county government and got to know the person, and got to know the department and what that was about, and how they interacted with other departments. And that gave us a really good insight into how they worked. And it made a lot of the other things easier, I think, because people understood where we were coming from.
And it also gave them the opportunity to give us feedback on what was going wrong with council and how they were budgeting things. And when we were looking at pens and pencils and telling them how many pens and pencils they needed, and that really wasn't the role of government. We took county council, we took the bigger and broader approach, giving them dollar amounts and letting them spend them within their department how they saw fit. Right. It was a give and a take for them, and they felt a better relationship with council and how that we could interact and work better together.
Right. In a lot of ways, we really empowered them to make the best decisions for the department by saying, we're going to give you a lump sum allocation. We want you to do a cash-based budget based on this allocation, but we don't care how many, we really don't care about pencils and paper clips, and we really don't even care how many employees you have. Right. We care that your department operates effectively and efficiently.
Yep. And we kept to look out for the big picture versus the small. Worked out really well.
That's right. Yeah.